Portions of the following episode contain certain graphic depictions. Viewer discretion is advised.
Daryl, good to see you.
Sean, I didn't realize you were back in town.
Yeah, I'm just back in town for some meetings with Lucinda, but I'm heading back to Zurich right now. What happened to you?
Just an accident. Sean, could you give us a few minutes alone? I really need a chance to talk to my wife.
Yeah, sure. I need to be running along.
Before you do go, Sean, make sure you stop in the back and say goodbye to Mom and Dad. And would you please tell them that Daryl is here?
All right. I don't know when I'll be seeing you again.
Yeah, you and Courtney have a wonderful flight and have a really good time together in Switzerland.
Yeah, we'll do our best on both counts. Take care of yourself. Daryl?
Don't you come any closer.
Franny.
I mean it.
Franny, please try and be reasonable. Do you have any idea how it's tearing me up to see you act like this towards me? Give me a chance to explain.
You want to explain? Fine. You explain why you called Sean's assistant and told him not to meet me in Zurich because I'd changed my plans. You wanted me all alone in Villars, didn't you, Daryl? You didn't want anyone there who could protect me from you.
Well, I'm just not sure that I feel right about flying to Barcelona tomorrow with Franny so upset.
Did I just hear you say you were going to Barcelona? I am so envious of you. I would give anything to have front row seats right there.
Well, you know, you and Courtney should take a few days off and fly down to Spain.
Yeah, somehow I don't think that's in Lucinda's plans for me, but speaking of Courtney, I think I better go and get her to the airport. It's wonderful to see you both, as usual.
You too.
Too short a time.
Now, likewise, John. Is Franny still in the den?
Yes. She's talking to Daryl. She wanted me to let you know he just arrived.
Well, I have a certain little fella here who's having a little trouble falling asleep because he's in his own bed and he's not on vacation anymore.
Yeah.
I bet you missed those waves on the Cape lulling you to sleep, don't you, Lenny?
Listen, I'm going to get him a little juice and we're going to try this again. You wanna
let me take you before you go to the kitchen. All right, sweetie.
Thanks.
Oh, please, sweetie.
Tell me, you sure I can't pour you a wheat dram of this scotch?
Well, I'm tempted, but I'm gonna wait till Margot gets back from the store.
Look at that. Push it.
There's nothing but chicken feed in here. Where's the real money? Tell us! Or you're dead meat.
Tell us.
But there's a strong box underneath the counter, but please don't shoot. Take everything, but please don't shoot. Shut up! I need a key. Give it to me. The broad, get a purse and a jewelry.
Your watch. Handle rings. Come on!
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today.
The reason I called Sean's assistant, please try to understand what I was going through. I had no idea where you were. I was worried sick about you. I knew you had gotten that letter from Gavin.
You knew he had told me the truth.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about that letter. I knew that it was full of lies about me. For some reason, it upset you so much that you purposely went out of your way to avoid me. I called Eric Kessler, and I told him not to pick you up at the airport in Zurich because I wanted a chance to talk to you alone. By the time I found you up at the lodge, before I had a chance to explain anything, you turned on me like I was some sort of...
Murderer? Daryl, you may have burned the notes that Carolyn wrote, but I remember every single word. She was terrified of you.
She was letting her imagination get the best of her, honey, just like you are now. She worked herself up to a total state of paranoia where...
Franny, are you all right?
I don't know how much Franny's told you about.
I told them everything.
Well, maybe maybe the best thing would be for all of us to sit down and talk this over calmly.
That's up to Franny.
Is that good? You want some more?
You know, you look quite natural with that young lad in your lap.
I get the feeling that Duncan wouldn't mind becoming a daddy too soon.
Well, I wouldn't mind being a mommy either. But usually the wedding comes before the family.
Well, the wedding's pretty close, so I'd say we were progressing along quite nicely.
I would say so too, and I think we're all finished.
Okay, we're gonna go give this one more try and see if we can do it without waking your brother up, but
Good idea.
I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Night, night, sweetie.
Tom, you know, we know this is your last night here, so as soon as Margot gets back, Jessica and I are going to go.
Well, no, we ordered all that food from the Pampered Palate, and I know Margot wants to hear all about your wedding plans. Now, if you were to, say, decide to leave before the second nightcap, I don't think that would be a problem.
Okay. Very tactful, Tom.
Hey.
Very tactful.
Where do you think Mommy is, huh?
That delivery truck is gone. Coast is clear. Give me the gun. Come on, get outside. Both of you, down on the floor. Come on your bellies. Move it. Hands on your head. Now listen, and listen good. You see the big clock on the wall overhead? You're gonna lie there real still and watch it for 15 minutes. And you're not gonna move a muscle to call the cops. Because if you do, we know where to find you. And we'll come back and we'll blow your brains out. You got that? What are you doing?
Get up.
What are you doing?
Get their license plate number. I know they're out in the alley.
Well, you can't do
Listen,
that.
Mr. Phillips, you go to the payphone across the street. You dial 911. You say it's a 1013 female officer needing assistance. 1013. You do it. Do it.
We know where to find you. We'll come back and blow your brains out. Got that? How much she have on her?
Not much. $23 and some change. Oh, man! We're screwed!
What are you talking about?
She's a cop! Margot Hughes, Oakdale PD! She's behind us! Taking down the license plate number!
Grab her! Hold it! Turn around! Give me that! Get rid of that! Get out here! Get her into the van! Let's teach this cop a lesson!
Well, we didn't expect to see you two here.
We had planned to eat out in the main dining room.
Uh-huh. What happened?
Well, I was supposed to make the reservations like I was supposed to, but I forgot. It was just one of those days down at the station, you know. I couldn't find a free minute. Oh, I tell you, Margot couldn't be coming back to us at a better time.
She's right. She starts back tomorrow.
That's right, yep.
You know, I think I'm going to sneak down there and surprise her, see my sister-in-law, the big hotshot detective at work.
Thank you so much. You've been a wonderful audience. And please stay and join me for my next set.
Oh, Brenda, you too. I'm so glad you made it.
Hello.
You certainly do have a full house out there.
Well, I'm not complaining. In fact, I have an idea that this whole room is going to fill up by Lila's next set.
Well, I know the owner, but we better grab a table just in case.
Oh, I'll join you in a few minutes. Oh, and unless the two of you want to be alone.
Well, let me see. You mind if they hone in on our date for a little while?
Oh, well, it's just for a little while, I guess.
I'm just kidding. We would love to have you join us.
We'll see you later.
I was just checking.
Enjoy your pie.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Excuse me, I'm going to have word. The songbird just flew in. Darling, it is so good to hear you singing again.
Yeah, it's good to see
Every time I hear you, you just sound better and better and better.
You're just prejudiced.
I especially like that last song.
Yeah, I like singing that. It's Tom and Margot's favorite.
I reckon Tom and Margot will be getting home from the Cape soon, huh?
Yeah, I think so. But I think I'll call them tomorrow. They're probably tired from their flight.
Yeah.
Nancy, please forgive me for not getting in touch with you sooner, but we've been swamped at Fashions.
Yeah, that sounds like business is very good.
Yeah.
I think you and Barbara, though, should give consideration to some time off for the two of you.
Oh, that's very interesting because Barbara just went on a vacation today. She took Jennifer with her.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Funny, she didn't say anything to us.
Where did she go?
Oh, well, I don't really know. She's taken a little lodge somewhere. We didn't have time to get details straight, but she is going to check in with me very soon.
I wonder if she had a chance to say goodbye to Kim and Chris before she left.
Oh, yes. I went with her. We saw Kim and Bob. She said goodbye to them and also to Franny.
Oh, are Franny and Daryl over at Kim and Bob's?
Yes.
Well, I
yes,
hope they're still there when we get over.
You're going to go over there tonight?
Yes, we're going to say bon voyage to Kim.
Oh.
Why don't I just get the check so that we can leave, huh?
We haven't seen Daryl and Franny since before their anniversary. I have to check in to see if they like the present we gave them.
Come on out here. We can...
Oh, okay. Maybe that's a good idea. I sense a little tension between Franny and Daryl as we walk through the den there.
Yes. Well, they're having some problems in their marriage. Hopefully, they're going to be able to work things out.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Serious. Sounds serious.
So, what brings you by?
Well, I wanted to say bon voyage. Have a good time. And I hope sandwiched in between all of your reports and everything, you get a chance to maybe enjoy the games, you know? Yeah, that would be good for you. Doctor's orders.
Okay, all right. I'll take your advice. Thank you very much. I'll do my best.
Don't worry about Andy. I'm going to keep my eye on him when you're gone. Not that he needs much supervision these days.
Oh, I'll say he doesn't. Isn't it terrific? I mean, he's really come into his own this summer. Yeah. He's so much more self-assured than he was last year.
True. Far cry from last summer when he was having all the trouble with Little Miss Seattle.
What are you talking about? Julie wasn't here last summer.
You're right. That's right. She was. You know, I think Andy was still involved with her, though, and I think that's what caused the breakup with Courtney and everything like that. Well, I'm going to run along. I know you want to spend some time with Franny. Okay.
Oh.
Listen, now, have a great time, and be sure to send me and Iva a card, will you?
Oh, listen, when are you two going to set a date? Have you done that yet?
Well, no, we haven't. You know, what with this business of Holden's disappearance and everything, everybody's a little frantic around
yes.
there.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Golly, it must be just terrible for the family. I suppose Lily is frantic.
She is. Well, they all are. Of course, we can't wait too much longer to get married because... Listen, I want to tell you something. And you might want to keep it under your hat. It's, I mean, you can talk about it with Bob, sure, of course, but I think you should know, I'm going to be a dad again. Iva's pregnant.
Well.
Watch CBS this morning. It's breakfast for your head.
I know you're tired. Heck, I know. We're both wiped out. But I don't think either one of us is going to be able to get any sleep till we talk this out, honey. Could we just sit down and...
I don't think so.
Okay. I don't want to push it. But I guess there's no chance you could come home tonight.
John just left. I'll get her. No, Mom, I'll get her.
Hey, if she doesn't go right back to sleep, could you bring her down? She would just give me a chance to explain.
Look, Darryl, Kim and I are trying to be objective and give you the benefit of the doubt, but our prime consideration is Franny.
Look, I want you to know that everything Gavin Kruger wrote to her in that letter was lies. Bob, every single word was a lie.
It's not just Gavin's letter, or even what Franny found in Switzerland. She said that your behavior long before that had been very confusing and it didn't make any sense.
I can realize that. Kim, there's a logical explanation for everything.
Then why don't you tell us the logical explanation?
I wish I could, Bob. It's really something that I can only confide in Franny. I can't tell you what a horror this is. I mean, for my own wife to be afraid of me. I mean, doesn't she know how much I love her?
I'm gonna heat a bottle up for Carrie. So.
Hey, hang on a second. Let me just say hi. Hey, Princess. How you doing? Hi. Come here. Let me hold you. Oh, come here. Come here.
It's all right, sweetie.
Look, Mommy's right there.
Mommy's here.
What's that?
Girl, we haven't had a chance to discuss this yet, but I'm keeping her here with me. Yeah, come here, honey.
I guess that's for the best, huh? Little girls want to be with their mother. Well, hey, don't you worry, huh? Your mommy and I are gonna have a talk, and we're gonna work everything out. You'll be back home maybe before you know it. Yeah. Daddy's gonna do everything in his power to make sure that happens.
It's all right.
Well, that's weird. Now the operator tells me that the phone at the liquor store is out. So what happened is Margot has run out of gas, she's had a flat tire, and she's too ashamed to call for help.
Why don't you just tell me what store she went to? I'll get in the car, drive down there, and see if I can spot her on the way.
Well, I'm not sure that would do any good. I mean, she's a cop in this town. She knows every back road there is to know, so who knows what route she took.
Well, Tom, you guys never told us why you patronize a liquor store that's all the way on the other side of town.
That's a long story. Let's see. Margot used to buy things there before we were married, and she's fiercely loyal.
Well, that much we knew.
You know what? John probably held her up for a while out in the driveway, yakety, yakety, yak.
Well, knowing John, that's probably a pretty good description of what actually happened. Well, we'll know soon. I mean, she's going to walk through the door. We'll hear from the horse's mouth, so.
You're dead, Con. Come on, let's get out of here. I should kill her. We don't have time. Just dump her. What happened?
I was hold up. Two men with guns. They threatened us, and then
Someone else was here with you?
they went out the back way, and she went after them.
A customer?
Trying to get their license number.
Where is she now? Do you know?
I don't know. She didn't come back. That's why I called you fellas. Though they said I wasn't supposed to because I was afraid something had happened to her.
Margot. Oh, my God. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. We're here now. We'll take care of you. Murphy, call an ambulance and call Tom Hughes and tell him to...
No. Mama. Call Mama. She know it.
Okay. All right, Margot. Just sit still.
Try the door. Door locked. I left the door locked. And I didn't have my gun. I'm gonna be sick.
I just hope we don't miss Daryl and Franny.
Oh, me too. I haven't seen Franny since, well, when she dropped off at the station last week.
I didn't know she'd been over to the station.
I thought I told you. Daryl was out of town, and Franny wanted to put some jewelry into the safe in what's now Carrie's nursery, but she didn't know the combination. So she asked if we had it in our records from the murder investigation. I said we hadn't, so I gave it to her.
Wasn't she clever to think to ask you? Dinner was good as usual, darling. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Excuse me, Lila, you have a call, and they say it's urgent.
Was it the babysitter?
I'm sorry, I really don't know, but you can take it at the bar.
I'll come with you.
Hello, this is Lila Peretti.
Mrs. Peretti, this is Officer Murphy, Oakdale PD.
Yes?
Margot was involved in a holdup at a liquor store about half an hour ago. I'm calling from the scene.
Well, is she all right? What do you mean she was assaulted? Oh, my God.
Tell her I'll be right there. Tell her I'll meet her at the hospital. Thank you.
What is it?
We've got to go to Memorial. Oh, my God.
Okay, come on.
It's right in the car.
You know, speaking about sibling rivalry, you should have seen Tom and Margot's boys up on the Cape. I don't know what happened. Maybe I was spending too much time or paying attention to somebody more than I should have. But all of a sudden, Casey is chasing Adam around the house with his plastic shovel.
No.
And Adam is screaming at the top of his lungs like he's going to get killed.
That reminds me of Evan and me when we were kids. We were always torturing each other, either physically or mentally.
Uh-huh.
In fact, if he doesn't stop acting so darn high and mighty lately, I'm going to resort to physical violence again.
I don't know, that gives me a weird feeling, like what it must have been like if Tom and I grew up together.
Finally have a little time at last. Now, tell me about your trip. I want to hear everything about it.
Well, why don't you sit down?
Excuse me.
You know, that woman has more energy than you and I put together.
You better be careful. You just sounded like a son who was proud of his mother.
Lisa, do you have any idea where Barbara is? It's important. I gotta talk to her.
I told you earlier when you came by Barbara's house that she had to leave. She had to go out of town unexpectedly. But I do think that you ought to know that before she left, she saw Franny, and Franny told her what was in Gavin's letter.
Lisa, look, it's just a giant misunderstanding, really. Oh, come on, don't tell me you think I'm capable of something. Oh, my God, Lisa, not you, too.
Did you get what you need?
I got shots of all Detective Yu's cuts and bruises and everything else we need. I'll get the film down to the lab right away.
Thanks. Rigby, how's she doing? Is she okay?
As okay as she can be under the circumstances. You've got to find the animals that did this, Higgins.
Oh, we will, Rigby. That's a promise.
Oh, John, pick up, please.
Hello.
Oh, John, thank God I tracked you down. It's Lila.
Hi, Lila. Is something wrong?
I'm at Memorial at ER. It's Margot. She was involved in a holdup at a liquor store, and the robbers attacked her. And I think physically, I think she's going to be okay, but I can't talk about it on the phone. Can you just get down here, please? She really needs us.
You hold on. I'm on my way.
Okay. All right, good.
John is on his way.
Oh, God, I've got to go see her.
Margot, I know this is probably a poor choice of words,
But in some ways, you're really very fortunate. There are no broken bones, no serious injuries, there's no vaginal tearing. And also, your attacker was apparently frightened by the sirens, so he withdrew and he ejaculated on your thighs, which means that the risk of pregnancy is very
Audrey,
small.
I want to take my shower. We're going to take my shower.
I know, dear, I know, but I'm afraid we're going to have to wait for a little while. Just until I hear from the lab on that semen sample I sent them. We don't want to wash off any evidence until we're 100% sure that we can give the police everything they need. Now, I told them to rush it. It won't be too long, I promise you. Detective Higgins said he'll need your underwear and your clothing.
Out of here!
Margot, suppose I call over the Rape Crisis Center. I can get somebody to come over and talk to you. You know, the women who volunteer there.
Shut up! Audrey.
Maybe later. Maybe later. All right, okay. Oh, Lila, good, you're here. I'll be outside if you need me.
Oh, my baby. Oh, I know. Oh, sweetheart, it's... Oh. Did you call Tom? He's gonna be told, honey. It's okay. I'll call for you, okay? You're okay. It's okay.
I thought so, too.
Franny's still trying to get Carrie to sleep.
I'm surprised Daryl isn't here with her. Where is he?
Excuse me. Hello? Oh, yes, he is. Just a minute. Dan, for you, the station.
Excuse me. Thanks, Bob. McCluskey.
Scott stopped by the table tonight with Connor Walsh. They seem to be getting along very nicely. Oh, good. I kind of like Connor. I'm sure that makes Lisa happy. Have you talked to Tom and Margot since they got back from the Cape?
Oh, we thought we'd give them the first night to get settled in.
Listen, sorry, Nancy. I've got to go. Now, something's happened with one of my offices. If you want, you can stay here, or I can drive you home on my way.
No, I'd like to stay and visit with Franny for a bit.
I'll take Mom home, Mike.
Oh, thanks, Bob. I'll call you here as soon as I know what's going on, all right?
dear.
Bye-bye, sweetheart.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you later.
All right,
Bye-bye.
take care, dear.
Bye.
I know Tom isn't pleased with Margot going back to work tomorrow, but from a personal point of view, I'm very glad. Maybe it'll take some of the strain off Dan.
Hi, Graham.
Franny, darling. It's good to see you, too. Dan and I were thinking about you and Daryl on your anniversary. What did you do to celebrate?
We really didn't do much celebrating, Graham. Daryl and I have been having some problems in our marriage.
Mom, Franny and Carrie are staying here for a bit until she and Daryl can work this out.
If that happens at all.
Oh, Franny, surely it isn't that serious. Think of what you and Daryl have gone through in this last year together, and if you can weather that, I can't imagine a worse way to start a marriage. So surely you could weather this, too?
Look, I'm sorry to desert you like this. Like I told you, I'm sure Margaret's standing by the car, out of gas, flat tire. The Auto Club guys there fixing it, so, and I take that back. Hey, it's about time. Where you been? Hi, Lila. Is she okay? I'm on my way. The liquor store where Margot went was held up, and she's been hurt. I need to go to the hospital.
Tom, we'll drive you.
No, please, do me a favor and stay with the boys. If anybody calls, don't say anything, and I'll call you as soon as I know it.
All right, call us, Tom.
Be careful.
Well, maybe next time, Sean. Listen, you and Courtney have a great time together. I will. Safe flight. Bye. Hey, I was going to come over and say hi before, but you and Lisa were having a pretty intense conversation. Where's Franny?
visiting her folks.
Oh, before I forget, have you talked to Candace today?
No, I haven't. Why?
Because she called a few times from Des Moines looking for you?
Well, I'll give her a call. I'll handle it. Thanks.
Sure. Well, I think I'll get back to my date.
Connor, wait a second. There's something you gotta know. You're not gonna like it. Franny knows about the two of us that summer in the south of France.
You told her?
No, not exactly. It's just... I'll talk to you later,
Let's
all right?
talk soon.
Okay, great.
I'm so sorry about the interruption.
Lisa, that's no problem. I want to thank you for reserving judgment on all these accusations of Gavin. Steve heard my side of the story. Yeah, it seems like you're the only one in the family that feels that way. Look, if you happen to hear from Barbara before I can find her, I want you to let her know that I couldn't tell Franny about Jennifer. I just couldn't do it till I get this mess all cleared up, and she needs to promise me that she won't jump the gun before I get a chance to let her know.
I'm sure Barbara won't say anything, but I will give her your message.
Thanks.
Look, Daryl, if all those accusations
What do you
that
mean,
Gavin
if?
said...
You know, they're not true.
Well, then surely you can find some proof.
Yeah. Has Franny spoken to Tom and Margot, do you think?
Well, I don't think so, because Tom and Margot just got back from their vacation tonight.
That's right. I need to get to them before she does.
Well, I must say, this Sean Baxter fellow, the man from Zurich, deserves an A for effort, tracking you down all the way over here.
He didn't have to do that much tracking. I left this number with my service.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's obvious he cares about you.
Well, I care a lot about him, too. As a friend.
So that was just a friendly little kiss he laid on your lips the other morning?
Oh, you jealous fool. No. That was Sean wanting to be more than friends, and me trying to be polite.
That's what you call it, huh?
Yes, that is what I call it. Evan sent him over to my place saying that I was going to be thrilled to see him. It was my little brother's way of getting even with me for not giving him the vacation time he wanted.
Ah! The old sibling rivalry rears its ugly head. I know it well.
Wait a minute. A few minutes ago you said you didn't know it because you and Tom didn't grow up together.
Well, things change. I can still be jealous of him just because we didn't grow up together. Fact is, look at his life. He's got the perfect job, the perfect wife, the perfect kids. Okay, I admit it, I'm jealous as hell.
That's rough.
How's Margot?
Well, she's still shaken up, but she was able to answer some questions.
Shoot.
Well, basically, she corroborated what the owner of the liquor store told you. The two perps wore ski masks. One of them had a gun, the other one used a scissor from the store to cut the telephone line. After they left the store, Margot ran out into the alley after them to get their license number. They were driving a van. But they spotted Margot and grabbed her. She struggled, but then they dragged her into the van, and that's when they attacked her.
Okay, give me the license number. I'll call it in.
I can't. The robbers took the piece of paper that she wrote it down on, and she can't remember any of it. But she was able to describe the vehicle. She said it was painted all sorts of wild colors. She also got a glimpse of the guy who, well, she managed to pull off his ski mask for a second. I'm going to arrange to have a meet with one of our artists as soon as she's up to it. But for starters, put out an APB on the van.
Yes, sir.
You know what I don't understand, Joel, is why the hell you and Murphy took so long to get over there.
The problem wasn't with us, sir. Yeah, we responded to the call as soon as it came in. It was Phillips, the owner of the store. Margot told him to go across the street and use the payphone to call 911 just before she ran into the alley. But the perps had threatened him. He was afraid they were going to come back and kill him. So he waited nearly 15 minutes before he made the call.
Tom, Mac. Hey. Where is she? She's all right. She's all right. John and Lila are in there with her now. Great, thanks. Hey, what's wrong with you, Joe? Listen. I'm afraid that Lila wasn't able to tell you the whole story on the phone.
What is it?
Man, there's no easy way to tell you.
Well, tell me, what is it?
What I'm trying to tell you is that she was raped. Well, thank God there are no broken bones. There are no internal injuries. So once your bruises heal, a couple of weeks,
Do you think they'll keep him for observation tonight?
I don't think so. I don't think that'll be necessary.
I want my shower.
As soon as you hear from the lab, I suppose. I'll find out what's keeping him so long.
From the kitchen of the real Sara Lee.
Company coming over? Take a real Sara Lee strawberry cheesecake. Swirl chocolate sauce on plates. Then serve that incredibly rich cheesecake. And when somebody asks who made it, tell them you did.
Nobody does it like Sara Lee.
Some juice drinks are just 10% juice. Okay if you have a 10% kid. Some are only 50% juice. Fine for half a kid. But Juicy Juice is 100% juice for 100% kids. Like yours.
So what do you want? Brandy? Wine?
Whatever you want. Fine. You know, I was thinking about this sibling rivalry business. And I know you think that the competitiveness between you and Evan's a bad thing, but I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing.
How is that?
Well, I was thinking that it's good to have somebody around that always pushes you a little bit, keeps you on your toes. Maybe it makes you really go after what you want. Maybe that's why it's taken me so long to go after something. I never had anybody to give me that extra little push.
So do you know what you want now?
Yeah, I want to be like Tom. Sounds like a really typical younger brother thing to say, but I mean it. I want people to respect me the way they respect him. And not just because of the schools that I went to, but because of what I accomplish, what I try to accomplish. This is going to sound really silly, but I've got this drive in me now to accomplish things. And the other day when the boss lady, Lucinda, said I did a bang-up job in Boston, it felt great. It made my day.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be good at what you do.
I don't want to be good. I want to be the best.
Well, I can only speak on a personal level, but you're definitely the best in my book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, how's that supply of grapefruit juice doing?
I think it's doing just fine.
Good. So what do you say we forget the nightcap and go straight to bed?
You and Chris have a marvelous trip, and remember, we'd like some postcards.
Oh, you're on the top of my list.
Brandy, dear, I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay, Graham. Night.
Night, dear.
You know, sweetie, it's still not too late for me to call Jeffrey and just ask him to find somebody else to cover for me.
No,
in
Mom, I
Barcelona.
want you to go. Please.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive. I'll have Daddy here. I mean, to be honest with you, I think the best thing for me right now is to have some time alone so I can sort through everything that's happened.
Well, all right, I'll go. I did speak to Joyce, and she's going to stay here with you and help you out with Carrie.
Good. I appreciate that, Mom. It'll really help. I have to talk to Tom and Margot, you know. I don't want to call them on their first night back, but I've got to talk to them before Daryl has a chance to. I know what kind of picture he's going to paint, Mom, and they're going to think I've gone off the deep end.
All right, lad, time to go back to bed.
Can you tell me about Nessie?
About Nessie? Well, all right. Let's see. Nessie's quite large, you know. Almost as big as this house.
Maybe that's Tom. Hi. Oh, hi, Franny. It's Jessica, yeah. No, Tom and Margot aren't here right now. Duncan and I are watching the boys. Yeah, I'll tell him to call you at Kim and Bob's. How late can he call? I'll make sure he gets the message. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye. It was Franny. She really sounded stressed out.
You know, I don't like this. We should have heard from Tom by now.
Yeah, I know.
Ah, well, maybe I spoke too soon. Daryl! Well, Tom and Margot aren't here.
Do you know if they went to see Franny?
It's just a few hours ago. We came home from Cape Cod. Everything was so perfect.
Listen to me. I would give anything in the world for this to have never happened to you. But the most important thing is that you're all right. So, we will find some way to get through this because I love you with all my heart and soul. So nothing has changed. Nothing at all has changed.